I still remember the day my brother came up to me and said, "Walter, they lied to us, and it's been eating away at me for decades." He said it with a look in his eye that I'd never seen before, a mix of anger and sadness that I couldn't understand. I was 18 years old at the time, and my brother was 20, and we were standing in our small town of Oakdale, where everyone knew each other's business. My name is Walter. I'm 78 years old, and I'm here to tell you a story that will teach you one lesson, that the lies we're told when we're young can stay with us forever. I grew up in Oakdale in the 1950s, where my family had lived for generations. My brother, Jack, and I were inseparable. We did everything together, from working at our dad's shop to playing baseball in the town league. We had a friend, Alex, who was a few years older than us, and he was like a mentor, teaching us how to fix cars and hunt in the woods. But one summer, everything changed, and it started with a rumor that began to spread like wildfire. The rumor was that our town's mayor was embezzling money from the town's funds, and that he was using it to build a big house on the outskirts of town. At first, we didn't pay much attention to it, but then we started to notice that our dad's shop was struggling, and that many of our friends' families were having a hard time making ends meet. That's when Alex sat us down and told us that he had seen the mayor's books, and that the rumor was true. He said that the mayor was taking money from the town, and that he was using it to line his own pockets. But here is what I never told anyone. Alex wasn't just a friend, he was also the mayor's nephew, and he had access to his uncle's house. He showed us the books, and we saw that the mayor was indeed taking money from the town. We were shocked and angry, and we didn't know what to do. We felt like we had to do something, but we were just kids, and we didn't know where to start. As the summer went on, the rumor started to spread, and more people began to talk about it. But then, something strange happened. The mayor called a town hall meeting, and he stood up in front of everyone and denied the rumors. He said that they were just that, rumors, and that he was an honest man. He even brought in an accountant to show that the town's finances were in order. We were confused, and we didn't know what to believe. But here is what I never told anyone. My brother and I, we started to investigate on our own. We snuck into the mayor's house, and we found a secret room where we found more books, and they told a different story. The story was that the mayor was indeed taking money from the town, but he was also being blackmailed by someone. We didn't know who, but we knew that we had to be careful. As we dug deeper, we realized that the mayor was being blackmailed by one of the town's most respected citizens. It was a man who had a lot of power and influence, and he was using it to get what he wanted. We were scared, and we didn't know what to do. We felt like we were in over our heads, and that we had to be careful not to get caught. But here is what I never told anyone. My brother and I, we decided to confront the blackmailer. We went to his house, and we told him that we knew what he was doing. He just smiled, and he told us that we were just kids, and that we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. He said that we should just forget about it, and that everything would be okay. But it wasn't okay, because we knew the truth, and we couldn't just forget about it. We felt like we had to do something, but we didn't know what. We were angry, and we were scared, and we didn't know how to deal with it. That's when my brother came up to me, and he said, "Walter, they lied to us, and it's been eating away at me for decades." The hard truth is, the lies we're told when we're young can stay with us forever, and they can shape who we become. I'm not saying that I'm still angry, but I am saying that I'm still hurt, and that the wound never fully healed. I wish I could go back, and I could do things differently, but I know that I couldn't. All I can do is tell my story, and hope that it can help someone else. But here is what I never told anyone. The real reason I'm still hurt is because I realized that the lie was just a symptom of a bigger problem. The problem was that we were living in a town where the truth didn't matter, and where the powerful could get away with anything. It was a town where the kids like us didn't have a voice, and where we were just expected to follow the rules. The revelation is that the lie they told us was just a small part of a bigger web of deceit. It was a web that was spun by the people in power, and that was meant to keep us in our place. But I know now that the truth is always more powerful than a lie, and that it's never too late to seek justice. And that's what my brother meant when he said they lied to us. It wasn't just about the mayor or the blackmailer, it was about the system and how it failed us. It was about how the people in power used their power to keep us down, and how they lied to us to keep us in line. But here is what I never told anyone. I'm still trying to make sense of it all, and I'm still trying to find my place in the world. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with the anger, and the hurt, and the betrayal. But I know that I'm not alone, and that there are others out there who are going through the same thing. So if you're still with me, please subscribe to my channel, and let's try to make sense of it all together. As I sit here, reflecting on my journey so far, I'm reminded of the countless nights I spent lying awake, feeling like I was drowning in a sea of emotions. The anger, the hurt, the betrayal, it all felt so overwhelming, so suffocating. But as I began to open up, to share my story with others, I started to realize that I wasn't alone. That there were others out there who had been through similar experiences, who had faced similar struggles. And it was in those moments of connection, of shared understanding, that I started to find solace. I remember the first time I met someone who had gone through a similar experience. We were at a support group, and she shared her story, her voice trembling as she spoke. I felt a lump form in my throat as I listened, felt tears prick at the corners of my eyes. Because in that moment, I knew that I wasn't alone. That there was someone out there who understood me, who got it. And it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, like I could finally breathe again. As I continued to share my story, to connect with others, I started to realize that the anger, the hurt, the betrayal, it wasn't just about what had happened to me. It was about the impact it had on my life, on my relationships, on my sense of self. It was about the lies I had told myself, the excuses I had made, the blame I had placed on myself. And it was about the journey of healing, of recovery, of rediscovery. I've had to confront some tough truths about myself, about my past, about my relationships. I've had to confront the fact that I'm not perfect, that I've made mistakes, that I've hurt people I care about. But I've also had to confront the fact that I'm not alone, that I'm not defined by my experiences, that I'm more than my scars. And it's been a tough journey, a journey of self-discovery, of growth, of transformation. There have been times when I've felt like giving up, when the pain has felt too much to bear, when the memories have felt too overwhelming, too suffocating. But I've kept going, kept pushing forward, because I know that I'm not alone. That there are others out there who are going through the same thing, who are struggling to make sense of it all. And it's for them, for us, that I keep sharing my story, that I keep fighting. I've learned that healing is a journey, not a destination. That it's a process of ups and downs, of twists and turns. that it's a journey of self-discovery, of growth, of transformation. And I've learned that it's okay to not be okay, that it's okay to struggle, to stumble, to fall. Because it's in those moments of vulnerability, of weakness, that we find our strength, our resilience, our courage. So if you're still with me, if you're still fighting, please know that you're not alone. That there are others out there who are going through the same thing, who are struggling to make sense of it all. And please know that you're stronger than you think, that you're more resilient than you know, that you've survived every difficult moment in your life so far, and that you can keep going, keep pushing forward no matter what.